All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are breaking down the InvestUp challenge. Think of it as your own personal million-pound journey into the world of investing. So let's get into it.
Okay, so picture this. You're given a £1 million portfolio to manage. Now, it's not actual cash, but in every other way that matters, it's very, very real. You're in charge of it, making decisions in the live, up-to-the-second stock market. That is where the InvestUp challenge begins. And that really is the question, isn't it? The money might be virtual, but the market, the data, the price movements, that's all happening live. Every single choice you make has real consequences for your portfolio. So, what's your first move?
To even start to answer that, you have to understand the environment you're in. This is what we call a million-pound challenge, an experience where the market itself literally becomes your classroom.
And here's the absolute key. You're not just studying finance from a textbook. No way. When a stock price jumps or tanks, you are seeing the direct feedback from real-world events. A new piece of tech, a geopolitical shift, a change in what people are buying, it all sends ripples through the market. You get to feel in real time just how interconnected everything is. But let's be real, you can't just dive into that world without a map. It's too complex. That map is the 541 Thinking Toolkit. It's a framework specifically designed to help you cut through all the market noise and make disciplined, thoughtful decisions. Because honestly, just being thrown into the deep end of the market is, well, it's overwhelming. Experience by itself isn't enough. It can even be confusing. That's why a framework like the 541 is so vital. It gives you the structure you need to turn all that chaotic experience into actual sound judgment. So what is this thing? Well, it all starts with the 5 fundamentals. This is the bedrock. It forces you to stop seeing a stock as just a blinking symbol on a screen and see it for what it is, a piece of a real business. It all flows logically. You own a business, that business makes profits, you calculate what that means per share, and that helps you understand the market price and your potential return. Once you have that solid foundation, you move on to the 4 thinking steps. This is the active part. This is what you do. And look at the logic here. First, you look back to see where the company has been. Then, you read the crowd to see what everyone thinks now. From there, you build your own view of the future. And finally, and this is so important, you test that view against the price, and then you decide. And the last piece of the puzzle is the one personal playbook. This is your behavioral anchor. Why do you need it? Because markets are driven by emotion, fear, and greed. This playbook is a set of rules you write for yourself before the pressure is on. So when things get crazy, you're acting with discipline, not panic. Okay, a framework is great in theory, but how do you actually use it day to day? That brings us to from research to reality, which is a really simple 3-step workflow you'll use for every single trade you make. Step 1 is ask. This is where you use AI tools like Perplexity to your advantage. But let me be super clear. The AI is your research assistant. It's there to help you find information and dig up data way, way faster. It is not there to make the decision for you. That part is all you. Which leads us straight to the most important step. Step 2, verify. The whole system is built on a verification-first principle. Basically, never just trust what you find. Always, always verify it. You take what the AI found and you double-check it against trusted sources. You have to know your data is rock solid before you do anything else. And finally, step 3 is act. You go to the StockTrack platform and you make your trade. But there's a catch. Every single trade requires a note. And this isn't just for fun. It forces you to write down why you are making this move, tying your action directly back to your analysis. It keeps you honest. So you're following this whole rigorous process. How is success actually measured? You might think it's all about the final number in your account, but it's actually much more interesting than that. This is all about rewarding disciplined thinking. The philosophy here is absolutely critical. Success is split in two. On one side, you've got your market outcomes. Yep, that's your performance, the real-world feedback. But on the other side, weighted just as heavily, is your thinking quality. This is huge because it means the program rewards a good, repeatable process, not just getting lucky one time. And you can see this philosophy baked right into the certifications. Completion says, okay, I get the basics. Distinction means you've either gotten great results or you've shown really high-quality thinking. But the top prize, Grand Champion, well, that's for the people who connect both. You prove you got great results because of your sharp analysis. This quote really says it all, doesn't it? The ultimate goal isn't just to be right. It's to be right for the right reasons. I achieved strong market results using disciplined analysis. That connection, where performance is driven by real insight, that's what this whole challenge is about.
So after all this, beyond the portfolio balance or the certificates, what do you really walk away with? That brings us to our last section, the 2 layers of growth. And honestly, this is the real prize of the whole journey.
You can think of your growth like an iceberg. The part you see above the water, that's layer one. These are the practical career skills. You'll get financial literacy. You'll learn to make decisions when you don't have all the answers. But the real massive value is what's underneath the surface. In layer two, that's the broader stuff, commercial awareness, thinking in systems, and developing true contextual judgment. And this is why it all matters so much. In a world that's going to be more and more driven by AI, it's these deeper, uniquely human skills, judgment, context, seeing the big picture, that are going to last. These are the skills that will prepare you not just for a job in finance, but for pretty much any career you can imagine.
So let's end on this question. We've said the InvestUp Challenge uses the market as a mirror for the world, but it also becomes a mirror for you. If the market is a reflection of how the world works, what will it teach you about how you work, about your own thinking, your own discipline, about yourself? That right there is the journey.